Hello and welcome and happy July 4th from Toronto, Scarborough, Ontario, Canada. I'm Mikey of Mikey Sus 4. My beautiful wife Suzanne, of course, helping to monitor the chat. And I just came over from Deleted Scenes. Now, if you're still watching him, please continue to watch him. When he's done with his show, then come on over here and give us a Deleted Scenes raid if you would like. It's good to see Connie Cleary, JPRPH1, um, our uh, our other friends there, Tim of FKHC 2005, uh, everybody that I know there. And Deleted Scenes was very kind to me just now and let me say that everybody can check me out after he's done there. So that's totally fine. I'm totally fine with that. First of all, I do want to address um, the issue with our friend PvP. PvP, this was just last minute. I didn't really plan on this. If you are awake, if you would like to come up, I can send you a link through Facebook. Uh, through your messenger as I plan on doing. I don't plan on posting it here at all in the chat. So this is really just kind of like an hour long thing, not too long. Just kind of, wishing happy July 4th. Also, please, continue prayers for Brother Larry. Thank you all so much for that. I really do appreciate. Uh, I did want to mention we did really well on July 1st. Um, we had over 25 likes, which that doesn't really that's totally awesome. It really is. But we had over 60 people that were there for Larry, and that meant a lot. And Gorilla's Random Thoughts was simulcasting. Our brother Curtis Selby was also simulcasting, the Tired Midnight Blogger. That was fantastic. And we had a great time. We talked about things. We were there for 6 hours almost. Yeah, 5 hours and 50 minutes, I believe, and a couple seconds after that. But almost 6 hours. Yeah, I hadn't. To be honest, folks, I hadn't done a 6 hour live stream in quite a long time, and it was a very different experience. Believe me, this time. Last time that I might have done a 6 hour, it was probably when I had my piece of crap computer, which is probably one thing. Oh my gosh, did I keep a beautiful day awake? Hello, Mikey. Hi, Mikey. Hey, beautiful day. Good to see you, sweetie. Yeah, it's kind of a last minute thing, but I just wanted to recognize, July 4th. I know that Gorilla has plans. I know that my friend Sci-Fi Sifdan has plans. Um, down there in the States. Everybody has pretty much plans for this extended July 4th weekend. Yeah. So, yeah, I know. And and I know Gorilla, he wants to have his Cinema Sunday still on Sunday. Well, Suzanne and I, we have plans. We're going to go to dinner here in the building on Sunday afternoon, but we should be able to make this thing when we get back. So, you know, that's our own little thing we do up here every 2 weeks is have like a meal and stuff. Oh, okay. And she says, I'm not home yet, but wanted to say hello. All right, cool. Well, please get home safe, okay? This day. Please get home safe. And here's Sir Lemon Pie, one of our managing moderators to the channel. He says, Happy July 4th, though it is 1 hour until it's officially that for me. That is true, my friend. Yes, you are in that center of the universe that Gorilla claims, center of the universe. Yeah. That means you're still an hour behind. But that's okay. That's okay. So, uh, now, you folks know I just want to mention this quickly. You know that I always wear this hat most of the time. Well, because I've adopted the Toronto Blue Jays this year as one of only 3 teams I'm following all the rest of this year for the Major League Baseball. Today they swept the Yankees in 4 games, so now they are 1 game ahead in first place in the American League East. Isn't that awesome? Yeah, I'm so happy for those guys. Yeah. And my Giants, I think they just upset the Diamondbacks at home, so The Giants are still way back, though. I mean, it looks like the Dodgers, my hated rival, are probably going to win the whole division the rest of this year. They're just way too far ahead. Shohei Ohtani is like the best player of all of baseball right now. Clayton Kershaw, I don't like to normally acknowledge my rival's achievements, but Clayton Kershaw did get his 3,000th strikeout. That says a lot. Yeah. So, hey, it's the Dodgers' year, unless the Giants can get their asses in gear and knock them out of first place, which I doubt will happen. But hey, I believe in my team still. Let's see. Hello, a beautiful day from Lemon, Sir Lemon. Yeah, it's very good to see you, Sir Lemon. Lemon says hi, Mikey. Beautiful day says hi, Lemon. And Lemon says the Astros top the AL West. That's true. Yeah, the Houston Astros. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I know. They're a pretty good team too, man. I know you're following them. Yeah. Yep. Definitely. Oh yeah, they're pretty good. Yeah. But hey, you know what? For the Blue Jays, thank you, Astros, for giving us George Springer. Thank you. Yes, you're welcome. Thank you. Yeah, you didn't know I knew that, did you? Okay. So hey, now behave down there, my girl Moon Pie. She likes playing with electronics. I'm trying to keep things up so she doesn't start to grab after the mouse and everything else. Right, girl? Yeah. So, by the way, if you did get a chance to see, and I'll share this just the one time I do this at least once. Okay. Yeah. So what we have is StreamYard is doing some self promotion. If you're new to streaming, like it says, or if you're looking to level up in your current StreamYard account, you can check out StreamYard's link there through PayPal. I believe it is through PayPal, yeah, and get a $10 discount. So if you're starting a brand new StreamYard account and you go with the first initial payment one, where you can allow up to 10 people on your on the panel or whatever. And if you do that, you get $10 off. So yeah. Hey, oh that what are you doing under there? You okay? I thought that was Moon Pie. It was Deja Vu. She was starting to have her conniption and starting to throw up down there. They like switching places. Wow. Yeah. So anyway, there you go. And so that's the promotion for StreamYard. If you guys get a chance and you create your own channel, yeah. All right, and there is our man from BC PvP. Welcome, PvP. Hello. Hello, sir. It's always good to see you. And he says, you streaming tomorrow? No, sir. This is the only time that I like I said, I really just came up with this last minute because I know Gorilla's not doing anything. Sifdan's not doing anything. Yeah, now there is still some other streamers that are doing stuff. I just came from Deleted Scenes channel over there, and I know he's got something he's doing tomorrow. There's a couple other people doing stuff. I know Charlotte's not doing anything because she's going to be spending July 4th with her family. So, yeah. So, really, not a lot of us are doing stuff this weekend. This was just, like I say, PvP, this was just last minute. I just wanted to be here for about an hour, just kind of, wish everybody a happy July 4th because it just turned 12 midnight here, July 4th opening, morning here back east. So, yeah. Okay. All right. Well, let's see. Okay, I gotta sleep by 10 tonight, so can hand a bit. Okay, sir. Well, I'll tell you what. I will send you the link to your Facebook Messenger. Okay. So if you'd like to come up, That'd be great. That'd be fine. Uh, okay, so yeah, give me about a minute or so, PvP, and I'll send that out to you. Hey, PvP from Lemon, very cool. All right, so I appreciate you. A beautiful day, a beautiful day. Do me a huge favor. I need to go ahead. I know you were going through some rough patches and stuff and things that were happening, and I totally understand. Um, but do me a huge favor. If at least once or sometime next week, when we get back to doing, when I get back to doing my weekly webcam series, during at noontime Eastern, Monday through Thursday. If I get to see you, please come by, say hello, and I'll make sure I make you a standard mod, okay, for the channel. So please let me know, all right? And there's Lemon. Okay. Yeah. So we got PvP, we got Beautiful Day, and we got Lemon Pie here. So very cool. Thank you so much, all of you. Okay. All right. And PvP says gonna be a boring weekend here. I can do laundry and do chores. Well, hey, if they need to be done, get them done, get her done, that thing. PvP says hi, Lemon. And Mikey, check your Facebook, okay. And Beautiful Day says, I'll be live streaming fireworks downtown Memphis, Tennessee on MS Riverfront tomorrow night. Oh, fantastic. Oh, okay, great. That, wow, wonderful. All right, so Beautiful Day. Go ahead and promote your, if you want, go ahead and, you know, let us know. Yeah. Okay, we'll do it. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we'll do. All right. And she also says everyone's welcome tomorrow night if they want to watch fireworks over the Mississippi River. Very cool. Yeah. We've crossed it. It's a wonderful place. Gotta do 4 hours tomorrow morning to finish my hours. And then the two agents I emailed were fine with it. All right. All right. Um, And there is Lemon Pie, once again, our master moderator. Beautiful Days channel there. So please make sure that you all get a chance to go there and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the like button tonight. And don't forget to share this channel. And if you want to. And please don't forget to hit that notification bell. That little ringy dinny. Lily Tomlin. Yeah. So that you can be notified of future podcasts, and webcams that I do next week, Monday through Thursday, and of course, any live streams we might do. So, and again, as I mentioned once before, please make sure you're continuing your prayers for Brother Larry, our friend from Be Yourself Adventures. He is still in ICU as I think right now at this moment. So he may still be in the hospital for another day or so, but hopefully he'll get out of there by the weekend so that he can rest up a lot at home and everything. Yeah, he went through a really tough surgery. Courtney, I won't give you all, folks. I just won't give you some of the really scary details, but I will tell you, he did go through a lot, and he is luckily he's all right. He's already done 2 YouTube videos. Now, one turned out private, so I don't know if I'm able to pull that one up. And it's because he was in the hospital. The hospital has policies, right? So I'm not sure if I could bring that, but I do know he did a second one, which is about 5 minutes long. So he did it short, and he just let us all know that he was okay. So that was wonderful. I'm glad he's all right. And let's see. Okay, so PvP says going to finish by 11 a.m. As I'm guessing, big celebration starts at noon. I would imagine it starts there. Yeah. Well, how that is PvP is that sometimes some of the transplants like myself, from America, uh, may be new to the country and they may not know all the laws and rules about fireworks, so they still shoot them off around here on July 4th day, at night. Yeah. But they found out pretty fast. Canadian police, Toronto, So the Ontario Police Force, the Ottawa Police Force, Ontario Police Force, whatever they call them. Yeah. All right. And Beautiful Day says, thanks, Lemon. I'll have it scheduled soon, but tomorrow night around 7:30 or 8 Central Time. Okay. So that would be around 8:30, 9 o'clock Eastern Time. Beautiful Day. Okay. Cool. Thank you so much. And welcome, USA, USA, USA. Yes, yeah. Oh, by the way, the other day, USA women beat Canada in an international friendly soccer 3-0. 3-0. Yeah. Looks like these US women are going to probably win the World Cup, I hope. That'd be nice. Yeah, so good to see you, Tim. Let's mark down Tim here. Very cool. Yeah, so Tim, thank you for coming by. You could, I know I saw you over in deleted scenes, and thank you for coming by here. Hope Larry's feeling better. I believe he is. PvP. Yeah, he's been through a very rough. He was in surgery for at least 5 hours, maybe more. And he was just, yeah. He looked very exhausted. Very yeah. He had all the plugs and things in his ear, his nose and everything else. But he looks fine. Otherwise, he looks none the worse for wear. So I'm thankful to God that he made it through the surgery. The doctors did a great job. And so, yeah, he's doing fine. I haven't heard anything else, any complications or anything yet. But if we do hear anything, we'll certainly let you folks know. London says, I'll have to check out these fireworks on the river. Yeah, they're pretty impressive. Yeah, yeah, you saw the video too, right? Yeah, he looked rough yesterday. Yeah, he did. That's why I hope he's going to stay in the hospital for a couple more days. He really does. He needs to. Well, okay. Here's how it's supposed to work. Now, he is in ICU, but if he gets moved to an actual hospital bed, more than likely the hospital will keep him there for a couple more days. So I'm thinking through the July 4th holiday weekend at least until Monday. But that's just a guess, as I said on my part. So, the most I'd seen after a surgery like this was my dad. When he had his first heart attack and he had the stent put in and all this other stuff, he was there for 5 days. Yeah. Not 7. No, he was there for 5, but he came back, but he looked very worn out. Yeah. I know. It took my mom almost 2 months to get him back into shape again. And then he had to do nuclear, you know, exercise and power and all that stuff. So I don't go into too much of that. But yeah, he had to go through a lot of stuff. And what was Larry's surgery? Tim, he had a surgery on July 1st. He went in early, around 10:30 a.m. his time there in Phoenix, in Arizona. And it was from what I understand, it was a faulty heart ventricle that wasn't pumping blood, and he had to go in open heart. He had to go in, get that fixed, everything else going on, and he was in there for a number of hours. And we just saw him a day or so ago. He sent us 2 quick videos through YouTube, just let us know he was okay. So I was very thankful that he did okay. Yeah, I'm sorry, PvP. Just give me a minute, okay? I'm sorry. Did send the link. I am right now. So give me a minute, okay? Thank you. All right. All right. So I'm gonna send this link to here, let me pause that. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and send this to PvP. Um so yeah, let me get signed into Facebook. I gotta do that first. They gotta make sure I'm not a bot. I'm not a robot. Yeah. Not now. Okay. Not now. All right. Okay. Actually, no, it's farther down. Just look at the link. It says Pluto is now available in Canada. No subscription required. Stream now, pay never. Oh, sweet. Pluto TV is now free in Canada. That's awesome. Yeah. Oh, very cool. All right, my friend, give me 2 minutes here. Let me, and then I'll catch up on the chat with everybody while we're sending this out to my friend here. Okay, give me a minute. Okay, there you go, PvP. I just sent you the link to StreamYard. So if you get a chance, come on up and say hello, and for as long as you're able to. Like I said, I don't plan on being here for too long, about an hour or so. And yeah, I just took a sleeping pill myself. It's very hard to get any sleep. So there's PvP. Hey, PvP, how's it going?
Not bad. Just let me. I just got to mute because if I don't mute YouTube, I get the echo, 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 echo.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
When I
yeah.
start when I start hearing everything twice, and that's not good. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay, well, while you.
I was really shocked. Like, well, you know me, I finish work and I'm bored and I'm tired and I want to relax. So I'm the YouTube junkie. I go on. There was nothing on YouTube tonight though. Really, it was quite depressing actually because it was all political stuff, and I really didn't feel like watching, negative political stuff about Canada because there's been so much of it lately. So
Way too much.
I kind of bypassed that, and then I clicked on. I reloaded my YouTube, and lo and behold, up comes Pluto TV is now free in Canada. And I was like, "You're kidding, right?" First I thought, oh, it's some they're trying to suck me into something, right?
Yeah.
But I thought, well, I guess if it's on YouTube, the bots might have checked it out, so it's legit. So I clicked on it, and sure enough, it was actually the Pluto site that came up. And get this, they got Star Trek TOS on there.
Nice.
They got the series, and the quality is probably better than what we've been using for the last couple of months, right?
So what I was going to say to you was, now that
And
I just seen that message you sent me, of course not this weekend, but next weekend for
yeah,
sure,
yeah, yeah.
we need to consult. Yeah, because I know that Dan will be available next weekend for sure. So we should
Mhm.
consult with him and find a TOS episode again, which would be a good episode to see. And then what we can do is through his Cosme, have him, access the Pluto TV, like you said, it's free, and go ahead and go from there for the future TOS episodes we cover. Yeah.
Well, the nice thing also about Pluto is like that's a legit site, I believe, right? Like that's
Pluto TV is a legit site,
yeah.
yes.
So obviously that's going to be a safer site for us to use. I'm thinking
I
so.
would hope I would hope so. I wouldn't say for sure yet. I would say yes, it's a legit site, and yes, I
Hmm.
have seen people use it without any problems. So yeah, as long as without any problems to your computer or saying, "Oh, there's a virus and and all this stuff on there."
I
No,
didn't
no,
get it.
no. Yeah,
I still have the AVG, the basic virus protection, and it didn't do nothing when I went on there, so it's probably
yeah,
good. You know the weird thing is, when I talked to Dan last week, and
right.
he messaged. Actually, I'll have to check his Facebook because he did message the episodes. The weird thing was, Mike, he has a lot of them. Then, like maybe I think I sent him a dozen to pick from for the following weeks, and
Right.
he's like half of those. He was like, "Oh, I watched some of that. Oh, I watched a bit of that one." Well, it's like, okay, if you've only watched a bit of it, then I guess that's legit to watch all the way through, right? In my
Yeah.
mind, right? Isn't it? So, by
Yeah.
the way,
Um.
by the way,
Sorry.
by the way, I sent you a link earlier on your Facebook to the new Men Without Hats video.
Oh, really? Wow.
They dropped a new video today. First time I saw it. It's called I Love the 80s, and it's absolutely fabulous. It's
None
so
without
good.
hats, huh?
Well,
Nice.
I haven't always had a knack for writing really good lyrics, right? Ever
Yes.
since the '80s when at their peak when they were doing Pop Goes the World and having all their big hits like Safety Dance.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Some people thought I was weird back in the day when I told them that I didn't mind Safety Dance. I thought it was a cool video, but
Uh-huh.
then I saw Pop Goes the World and I said, no, 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 that's a better song. That's a better song.
Well, it was
Video was
more
kind of bizarro because, Big Panda and all that stuff, but still, on a baby playing little keyboard and stuff. But I mean, it was still a great song, and I really enjoy it. It's actually
well,
the better of the two songs for me.
you have heard the entire album, I assume, right?
Part of it. I haven't heard the whole album.
Oh, you I think might have sent you a link to the whole album because
If you did, that's great because I would love to
it,
hear the album. Yes.
it was by far their biggest album in their
Mm.
career because it actually even broke into the US market like big time, right? And it was very popular
Right.
in the States, which is very rare for, because they were kind of a weirdo Canadian band, right? And,
Yeah.
weirdo Canadian bands from Montreal don't always get huge airtime in the US, but Men Without Hats actually managed to do it with that up because it was just so damn. I think they had like four hit videos or something off of that album. It was
I
crazy.
think so. Yeah. Well, I only know, like I said, I only know
Well,
two,
remember
but
there's that other song, Moonbeam. Da da da
Moonbeam.
moonbeam.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Let PvP. Let's go ahead and go over the chat. So real
Sure.
quick,
Okay.
because they took off as soon as he came on, so everybody stopped. Sir Lemon says, I've never had heart surgery, but I have had surgery and hospital stays, and just being there can wear you out. Amen, brother. Yeah, it's very tough. Yeah, Tim, it was heart surgery. Yes. PvP, you want to say this? Go ahead.
Yeah, well, it wasn't technically open heart because they'd have to crack your sternum for that, right? And
Yeah, they
they,
would.
they didn't do that. They went in through Larry's rib cage, from what I remember him saying. So it was
Okay,
less
yeah.
less invasive, and they used the robotics, right? So
Yes. Yeah.
thankfully, I think the robotics actually can be quite precise, and seems they have a pretty decent track record of success. So I was glad it all worked out for Larry the other day.
Right. And of course, yeah, you just said less invasive.
Yeah,
And hello, JPRPH1, also known as John Pontoriero. Welcome, John. I assume that you came over from Deleted Scenes uh, coming attractions stream. So, hail, folks. Welcome, John. Glad you're here. And let's see. Yeah, Lemon says open rib. Okay. And Pluto has TOS2, as PP said. Uh, Lemon says hi to John. And Lemon says Mikey took a sleeping pill. Well, you aren't going to pass out on the stream, are you? No, no, no. Sir Lemon, it does take a while, okay? It's one of those gummy, the gummy little I don't want to do product placement, but it's a little gummy sleeping pill. Yeah, no, it's gonna take a little while. Don't worry. Besides, like I said, I only plan on going at the most an hour and a half. That's pretty much it. So, um,
yeah.
Lemon says,
I won't last that long. So yeah,
"Oh, I know, because you gotta go, sir. So I'll
yeah.
probably stop after you're gone.
I can
Sure.
hang out for a while, but yeah,
Okay. Yeah, for a
oh,
half hour.
yeah,
Okay.
I can do another half hour and no problems there. Yeah. Well, see,
Okay. Cool.
the thing is, I've got my because I can set my own times on my job website on my my page,
Right.
right? Like with the times when I'm on, and
Yeah.
because my boss is very very good that way. Uh, and I wanted to get because it's the fourth. I wanted to get done very early, so I I have one guy that's Central Time, so I'm going to go on at 7 a.m. because he's 2 hours ahead of me, right? So I figure if I go from 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock, that's probably legit, right? Because I think
Right.
that's business hours, right? After 9 a.m., that's a business hour, as far as I know, right? So it's not like you're going to piss people off phoning at 9 in the morning because it is
Yeah.
technically 9 to 5, right? Like
Just
technically.
technically, yeah. But again, I'm glad you're here because, like I said, this was very last minute. I realized that Gorilla and everybody else wasn't doing anything this weekend, pretty much. And I said, well, you know
Yeah.
what? Since it's close to July 4th, I decided this like about an hour ago, and I was like,
Okay.
after I did a live stream with Mogs, Mogi on Monster's channel and his wife Stevie B, and I was on there for an hour or so, almost 2 hours, and we were talking about stuff. And I just said, you know what? I want to do this for myself, but not just myself. I'd like to do it for PvP because I want to get him up here for, even if it's for a half an hour or so or an hour at the most. And we can talk just about, without talking about politics, of course, but talk about anything really. Um, and, you know, we did have fireworks that went off on July 1st. It didn't scare our girls. Luckily our female
Well,
daughters are
once again,
okay.
once again, for the third year in a row, there were no fireworks here. I didn't hear a single firework all night.
You didn't hear anything? Oh,
Nope.
that's too bad.
The city just doesn't give a crap enough about Canada to even do fireworks anymore. It appears because
Oh,
there's
that's
nothing,
terrible.
nothing. But
Yeah,
I didn't really care because well,
wow.
we don't want to get into politics, but I saw some things on Capitol Hill and audio the celebrations there were rather appalling. I'll put it
I
that way.
love you too, baby. Come on. Yeah, my wife just sent me a personal, and I said, "I love you too, babe." And oh yeah, and PvP, I did get your Men Without Hats, Pop Goes the World album. Yeah,
Yeah,
I will definitely check it out. Yeah, for
yeah. I
sure.
just sent it. It's pretty much solid from beginning to end, really.
Yeah.
Well, the weird
Now,
thing
yeah,
was I was at art school back then in my second year of art college
there
here
it
in,
is.
in my local town here, and I actually
Hello.
bought I had the cassette of it because I had a Walkman, and I would plug my Walkman into my little speakers when I was painting during the painting class, right? Because
Yeah.
we were allowed to play music, so I put it on the Walkman. I played Men Without Hats, cranked it up, and I was listening to that while I was painting it. After about 5 minutes, people were coming over to me and going, "Who's that? What's that? What's this?" And everybody wanted to borrow my tape so they could make a copy of it. Right? It was hilarious because
Yeah.
everybody was just digging it. Right? It was that good an album. So I'll never
Well,
forget that.
yeah. Well, I was relating to what Lemon just said here. A couple things here. He said I've watched Pluto TV by way of an app, or on Apple TV, I guess on ATV. I'm assuming
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
what
yeah.
that means.
Uh-huh.
And he also said here that he didn't even know they were Canadian. He says, I guess they sounded British to me for all I knew. Yeah,
Yeah,
that that makes a lot of sense there, Lemon. Because when I first heard them, he had that distinctive British accent, right? The lead singer.
but but
So
but they're from
yeah,
Montreal. They're from Montreal, actually.
Montreal, Quebec. Yeah,
Yeah, so it's weird they have a British accent when they're
that
from
has a British
Montreal.
accent, but it's French Canadian, right? Province, which kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I'm
And
not.
here is
Yeah,
our future time traveler, Sashi. Greetings, everyone. Welcome, Sashi. I saw you over there at Deleted Scenes. Thank you, sir, for being here. I do appreciate that. Our future time traveler. He is exactly 12 hours ahead of us. So right now, being 12:34 in the AM here on the east coast of Canada, 12 hours ahead of me. He's at 12:34 p.m. In his area of the world there in Malaysia. So welcome, Sashi. And of course, JPR says, hello, Sashi. And Sashi says, hello. Hail, JPR. All right, cool. And Lemon says hi to Sashi. Wow, thank you guys. And young lady, beautiful day. Thank you for being so warm and attentive and saying hello to everybody in the chat. That means the world. Thank you so much. Uh, and what was this? Oh, she sent me. Oh, Wikipedia. Okay, cool.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
got their career. It's not quite up to date because I think the discography stops at 2022 when they put their last album out, but it's still pretty solid. Hey, do you mind if I post the links for Men Without Hats in the public? Would that be okay?
Well, of course you're allowed to. You have your wrench. Yes. Go ahead
Okay.
and post in the chat there too if you want to send it on.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I always like to check first because I think
Oh,
it's
come on.
you know
I'm not Gorilla, Gorilla, he's a little, no, not me. As long
well
as
I
I
just
know it's a dependable site, I'm fine. Yeah.
yeah I just know some people they get a little nervous if you're going to post something in their
Oh, of course. No,
you
no, no.
know
I know. Oops, I did that
let me
again.
see.
Gosh, I keep doing that. it's
I'll,
like
I'll put
it's like the channels disappear. Um, it's weird. Well, the comments, but I have to like put them back. But okay, so we did say that, and Sashi and Lemon, and Sashi says hello to Lemon. Okay, Lemon says, "Are you still paying Sashi 40 million a year to only appear on your panels, Mikey?" Uh, I'm going to hold that answer to myself. Okay, that's a mystery you're going to have to solve yourself, there, Lemon. It's an untold mystery thing where Sashi. Well, you were there, PvP. But the first time you ever heard Sashi's voice, and from Malaysia, and he came aboard and said hello, and on the panel, and even though I had a crappy computer back then, and yeah, I mean, it was wonderful to hear from him. But that is an untold mystery there, Sir Lemon. You're going to have to figure that out for yourself.
mm,
Sashi says, of course, I'm going to be here. I need to get my XP up. Yeah, hoping to level up. This is a new thing they're doing now. I'm not sure why StreamYard has started this or how it came about, but if you go into a person's live stream and you talk a lot, like I do, and you talk a lot and you chat a lot, you get this experience that builds up for you for future streams. And when you get all this experience, I'm not sure what it's supposed to do for you. I really don't know if it's supposed to give you some kind of bonus or discount on your current StreamYard account, whatever you're paying for. I'm not sure. But when you talk a lot and you're there like your first, second, third speaker in the chat, then it builds up your experience. So yeah, I don't I'm not sure where that's coming from, Slashy, but maybe you know more about it than I do. Uh, but anyway, I'm sorry. PvP. Here's the Wikipedia page, and I'll highlight it with the star there. This is from Men Without Hats. They had an album back in 1987, and it also
they,
goes over other albums that they've done at since then,
they
up
had
till
they,
2022. Yeah.
yeah they actually had lots of albums actually, some
Oh,
better
that's
than others, but most of them were pretty good.
I
By
would
the
love
way,
to hear their future stuff after that.
you're
I
you're
don't
talk
know.
you're talking about this crown thing they're running, right?
Yeah. Oh, by the way, speaking of weird collaborations, 13 days
Mhm.
ago, I got to mention this. Motley Crue redid their Home Sweet Home song, and guess who they sang it with?
Um, gosh,
And it's on YouTube now. It exists. They sang it with Miss Dolly Parton, background vocals.
that's kind of shocking because that's what I was just going to say.
I
Seriously,
have it. I
I was,
downloaded
I
it,
was,
and
I was actually going to guess. Yeah, they had Dolly on it, right? It's like I can't believe, man. Talk about mind reading. Wow,
right,
wow,
right. Now,
wow,
let me explain. Yep. Now, let me explain one other thing about the video. It
wow.
is for Covenant House. This is for people that are homeless. And Covenant House, Covenant, yeah, Covenant House. Every amount of dollars that come from the video are donated to Covenant House, and they do have
Mm.
prominent organizations. Where obviously Motley Crue sings, and also in Nashville, Tennessee, where Dolly Parton is, and every proceed she's doing this year from Dollywood is also going towards the Covenant House. So that's why they put this video together, was as also as a fundraiser for the homeless.
Yeah, well,
Fantastic video, by the way.
I haven't watched it. Actually, maybe you could post a link in the chat if you want
I
there.
certainly will, actually.
Uh,
Yeah, give me a moment and I will,
but
definitely.
I mean, I'm not the biggest country fan. I kind of like the old school Johnny Cash and that kind of stuff, right?
Right.
Uh, and I respect Dolly. Like I used to listen to some of her stuff on the radio back in the '70s, and
Oh
you know
yeah.
she was good. But it's not like I ever made a career out of listening to all her albums or anything, right?
Yeah. And
Uh,
there's the other playlist that PvP graciously donated for us here that you can check it out there with Men Without Hats, and which are part of his playlist there at his channel, PvP Pleasant Valley Picker, CA, YouTube. And Sashi says, I signed an NDA, a non disclosure agreement, Lemon Pie. Can't get it out of me.
oh,
Thank you, Sashi. Yes, we have a private NDA. Cannot disclose that. It's an untold. It's an untold document. Yeah, you can't. Yeah.
Does he know about Ghost of Johnny Cash?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. By the way, Suzanne just mentioned there is the Ghost of Johnny Cash, which has a YouTube channel as well.
oh
And
no,
I will post both of those. Give me. Is that okay, PvP? Give me 1 minute, and
go
I will
for it.
post
I
both of those
I
in
don't
the
have any
chat.
problem with that.
Yeah.
I
All
just
right.
want to say though, I always liked Dolly Parton because I remember reading about her and how she grew up in poverty and all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
So she totally gets about since she's now rich and famous, she's probably got millions in the bank account, I'm sure. But it's like I think she's a good person because now that she is rich and famous, she dedicates a lot of her time to helping underprivileged people, right, in the world, which
Yeah.
I think is a good thing that Dolly does.
Okay. Now, as I'm sending this link to the both the private and our public chat, it was made earlier this year in Nashville, Tennessee. It's Motley Crue. It's on Motley Crue's official YouTube channel, and it
Okay.
features Dolly Parton singing in the background, and it features the homeless. They call it Dolly. They call it Dolly Crew. So let me go ahead and get this for
Well,
everybody.
I won't watch it tonight because I'm too tired, but I'll probably
No,
check it out. I'll
yeah,
probably
it's
check it
okay.
out tomorrow.
Sure. All right. So let me put it in the private
Ugh.
first. And yeah, let's send that there.
Hmm.
Okay. And let's go ahead and post it here first. All right. All right. So I'm going to highlight this. Okay. So here it is. This is called Home Sweet Home that Motley Crue originally sang. But what they did is for 2025 in Nashville, Tennessee, they asked Dolly Parton to do some background vocals and to sing in a duet with the lead singer of Motley Crue, playing his piano and her singing.
Huh.
And it's just fantastic. It's a great video, really
Okay.
is. And like I said, every money they make, every dollar they make from the proceeds go to Covenant House, which is the nonprofit organization that helps the homeless throughout the United States and around the world. So yeah, make sure you go there. Yeah, now you can donate if you want, but you don't have to if you go to see it because they already get some proceeds every time that people watch it. They're getting $1 every time people watch it. So they have a lot of
Oh,
watches already, a lot of views.
that's good. That's good.
That's very cool. Yeah. Oh, and then I'll check. I'll do this real quick. Also, gonna check the Ghost of Johnny Cash channel. All I'm gonna do on that is just send you folks the YouTube website for it. So let me just for his
So
actual.
what exactly does that entail? Does it have his videos or
No. What it does is, what is his name, honey? Help me out here. Okay, his name is Daniel something, but he does all of these former Johnny Cash songs. And okay, he sounds just like Johnny Cash. Yeah, his real name is David Radcliffe.
Huh.
So let me pull up his channel here. Yeah, I'm already subscribed. Okay. So yeah, let me get a copy of his channel link. There we go. And I'll put that in the first in the private.
I just got a post from Alex Jones from X that this is a maximum alert. It's like, wow,
Really?
Alex Jones, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Okay. And let's see. All right. So, like I said, first off, here is the Dolly Parton and Motley Crue video. And then right here is the actual channel for David Radcliffe, known as the Ghost of Johnny Cash. And he does all these Johnny Cash covers songs, Knocking on Heaven's Door. He does all these other songs. I mean, crazy stuff.
Wasn't Knocking on Heaven's Door a Bob Dylan tune originally, though?
Originally, but what he does, okay, it's not just Johnny Cash covers he does. He does other song covers, but he does them in the style of Johnny Cash. He sounds like Johnny Cash reborn, like
okay.
He's back from the dead.
So are you telling me he does like David Bowie's Space Oddity as Johnny Cash?
He has done the Bowie song. I don't know.
Oh wow,
Oddity.
that would really be weird. I gotta say that would
as Johnny weird. Cash.
Yeah,
yeah. Well, the Ghost of Johnny Cash.
I'm trying to wrap my head around a David Bowie song that sounds like Johnny Cash. That's out there that's out in the left field of the ballpark somewhere there, Mikey. I gotta say.
Oh sure. And Sachi said, hopefully I can trade the NDA in for weapons or armor. Oh, okay. Well, hey, whatever you can do with that, Sachi.
Oh boy.
So Lemon says, so the XP is a StreamYard feature, not YouTube. Okay, here's where I'm confused, because I thought it's actually more of a YouTube feature than a StreamYard feature. But I do know that YouTube and StreamYard work together on it. So whatever you see in the chat, if you see that experience, that's coming from what you're saying, Lemon. And it goes it goes from YouTube. But StreamYard does get a part of it. They get all that experience gathered together.
Oh, excuse me.
It's more of a but it's more of a gathering of experience for you, for your own channels, for your YouTube channels. It may mean something down the line. I don't know if this is true yet, and maybe Gorilla knows more than I do, and I'm pretty sure he does. But I think this means something towards your YouTube watch hours. It could mean your experience for watch hours, things in the future as you're getting close to monetization. I mean, I know we're still like 200 plus people away before we even can consider monetization, but maybe it helps. I don't know. Yeah,
I don't know though. I've never posted an actual video. It's all I just have music playlists that I enjoy. So I don't know how that's going to help me on watch hours since I don't have any videos up there to watch. So
yeah, that's true.
Well, the thing is, it's not undefined and nebulous what they're doing. Because I have no idea.
It is undefined. I
made a joke the other night on another channel. It's like, okay, if they're going to give me crowns, like after I get 100 crowns, does like YouTube give me $1? Because I know YouTube well enough to know that's probably all I will get after 100 crowns is $1. Right?
Maybe, I don't know. I'm not sure there, PvP, but could be interesting. I would say to everybody in the chat and for myself for PvP, I would say, just keep a track on it. Just kind of watch it and see how XPs progress. Well, you know what? The first time I saw it was our friends on the YouTube channel. They're called the Stardashians. And that's Eric and Lee. They're a couple. And the first time I saw this big XP thing over in the corner, as I was talking to them in the chat, and I thought, oh, that's weird. Now, I've never seen an XP gathering information like that. And of course, it was starting to put numbers by us. Like if I was the one who was chatting the most in it, I was at number 1. Or if I was the second most chatter, I was number 2, number 3, and so on. And that's, and it means something, I guess, to people that do become standard moderators or even a managing moderator, that you're getting more experience if you talk more or say more or do more. because you're a moderator, or when you offer your links, like we do, like we just did. When you offer links on the chat or private or whatever. So it's all
So
experience. Yeah,
you're
and
basically
everybody is different. Yeah, and everybody's
you're
different.
you're basically saying that YouTube is rewarding users for more communications.
Correct.
Okay, that
Which
makes
is nice.
sense.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that makes
makes
sense.
sense. Well,
Yeah. Well,
it's like when I on Facebook when I joined Camley Kotler's Facebook page and following her, right, and
right,
there were a couple weeks when I posted some stuff, replying to Cami some of her posts. Of course, she didn't reply directly back at me
right.
because she's probably too busy, but I actually got a couple weeks in a row where you get like some kind of little credit or something for contributing that week. She sent me like a diamond thing or something
Yeah.
on Facebook. So that was cool because it's nice when you get acknowledged for putting out a contribution, right, and taking your time to do that.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I wanted to say to you, PvP, I'm glad you're here too. For one other reason, um, I've been having difficulty trying to get Judy Norton to see if she wants to come and be a part of us one night. On one
Oh,
Friday
gee. Oh,
night.
oh, jeez. Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
I hope Jody's got a really good sense of humor with some of the streams we had.
Well, I've sent her little messages here or there, on her previous streams or whatever. But usually it's kind of
Well,
hard.
I suppose
Um,
I suppose if we were on very good behavior that night, and
I think if we were, I could persuade her and try to get her. But what I was going to say was, as a backup, see if we can keep in touch with Cammy Cutler and see if we can get her up there. She would love to do it. I know Cammy would. Cammy would love to do it. She
well,
seems like the kind of person that would enjoy that. Yeah.
that'd be great. But once again, I'm just concerned about because our content is not the traditional Dolphins review. It's like,
I
man,
know.
we
I
get
know.
too crazy on there, and I don't know how. I mean, because they're like two stars of the show, and I don't know how they'd react about the way we talk about
Mm.
the show at times.
You know what?
know?
We just have to be, like you said, we just have to be on our best behavior
Oh gosh, I don't even know
that
how.
night.
I don't know how what I've even asked to approach her to be on. That's actually
I-
something. Gorilla's the one who actually do that because it's his damn
yeah,
channel, right?
exactly. Yeah.
So
Well, what I would do, okay, do me a favor, PvP. If you do this, I'll do this for Judy Norton on her most recent. If I can find her most recent video, I'm going to go ahead and send her Gorilla's Random Thoughts YouTube channel link so that
oh,
he can so that she can talk to him, and then I can say, hey, this gentleman here, Gorilla, has been following Walton since day one. He's already on season 5,
okay.
and he would love to have you, Miss Norton, come visit us on a Friday night at a certain time to do a podcast live with us,
Okay.
the guys that do the Waltons reviews of the episodes, and come talk with us and let us know your own experiences. And if you can do that, if I can do that with Judy, then you can try that with Cammy and send her Gorilla. Just send her Gorilla's Random Thoughts YouTube channel link.
You're dressing up a very cheap date in a fancy suit here, right, Megan? Because we both know
I know.
Gorilla well. We both know Gorilla well enough. You think he'd be behaved enough to even message her?
Oh,
Like,
come on. He has his girlfriend
oh,
Kayla coming in a couple
hey,
weeks.
that's what we want to meet Kayla. That's what I want to meet Kayla. So
Yeah, I want to meet Kayla first, and then, like I said, let's just try to keep this on track. But I
sure.
would love to meet his girlfriend Kayla first, and then
I just
Starley, and then we can go with the other ladies. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I just hope Kayla can understand how weird we are when we start making crazy comments on the streams. I hope she can take it. That's all I'm
Yeah,
saying.
and we just have a quick ones here. Hello, Daniel. Hello, Mikey. Hello, PvP.
Hey,
Happy 4th
Daniel.
of July. Thank you, Daniel. I know you're a native Canadian, but I appreciate you saying Happy 4th of July for everybody down there in the States. So that's much appreciated, sir. Lemon says hi, Daniel, and Sashi says hi, Daniel. Hot topics. Yeah, thank you, Sashi, and thank you, Lemon. Yeah.
Uh,
So there we go.
I,
Alrighty.
I I just remembered an absolutely fabulous song. You
Yeah.
remember the 70s glam band The Sweet?
Yeah. Sweet. Yeah. Ballroom Blitz.
Well, we're in Blitz, Fox on the Run, all that fun stuff, right?
Lights on the run. Yes, I
Well,
remember.
I just found it. It's on you. I'm gonna post it because this is it's on a it was a B side. I still have the single somewhere. The B side of a 45 single because I don't think it. Well, actually, maybe it made it on to Give Us a Wink. I can't remember exactly, but I think it might have just been a B side. It's a song called Fourth of July,
Ah, okay.
and it is well, the Sweet. I mean, the Sweet. They're one of the great bands of the 70s, in my opinion.
Yeah, but they were underrated. I think they should have had more hits.
Well, they have. The thing is, though, they had mega hits in Canada. Like they were very popular in Canada. I think they probably sold
I heard that.
millions.
Yes.
They probably sold millions of albums here. I think the problem was they never cracked the U.S. Right was the big problem
Yeah.
because they were big
Um.
in Britain. I think they were big in Canada, but anyway, I'm going to post the link to that just that one song because it
Right.
is a great song and it's all about the 4th of July.
Yeah. And I think this might be addressed to you, PvP, because I don't really know the answer to this.
Mhm.
But Lemon was asking whatever happened to Zombie Mouse or Zombie Girl. Was that her
Well,
name? It was
well,
Zombie Mouse.
she used to be Groa's friend, did she not?
Yes. Hmm.
And I haven't seen her in what, about 4 months now, Mikey?
Yeah. She kind of disappeared, Lemon. We were wondering too. But
Yeah,
then when we found out that he had, Kayla, I was like, okay.
I remember she was kind of almost a semi-regular on Groa's stream for about a month.
Yeah, Zombie Mouse.
What I
Yeah.
remember the most about her, she had horrible allergies and she was sneezing all the time. That's what I remember, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I kind of thought maybe her and Gorilla seemed to be getting friendly, and maybe that didn't end well or something, is what I'm guessing.
Maybe.
I
Yeah, I don't
have
know.
no idea. I'm talking to my ass right now, but
I think we both
I
talking
don't know.
out of our asses, but but I remembered her name was Zombie Mouse. I do remember that, and I don't
Zombie
know
Mouse, yeah. But
Zombie Mouse.
Lemon,
Yeah.
I sincerely, I can't honestly answer your question because I have no knowledge. I have no
Yeah.
knowledge of what happened.
And yeah, and I got your link, and yeah, let's catch up here on the chat. So Daniel says hello to Lemon, and John says hello to Daniel's Hot Topics, and of course Daniel says hello to Sashi, and there's the link, right? That's the playlist for. Is that for Sweet?
Just one
That the
song.
one right there? Yeah. Okay, a song there. All right. Cool. So let me highlight that real quick. All right. And hi, bro, to John from Daniel. And Mikey, are you ever coming to Fergus, Ontario? Good question. I don't know if we do get a chance to go there. We will, Daniel, someday. Okay? Because what we're trying to plan, the first thing we're trying to plan is something very small. We're hoping to go to Ottawa sometime. I hope this year because I asked Suzanne if it would be all right to go and see the Capitol, see the Parliament building, all of that in Ottawa, which I've never seen. And I know Fergus is on the way, so who knows? We might be able to stop there on the way back. I don't know. I don't know how we're going to get there though. So maybe by train, via rail or however they do it. So we'll take care of it, Daniel. We'll figure it out, okay? But maybe someday, yeah, maybe someday we'll come and bug you, and then you'll probably never want to have me there again. Probably have me want to go away.
No, by the
I'm
way,
just saying. I'm
by,
just saying.
by the way, I just reposted it in the public chat because it didn't seem to take the first time.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
4th of July, it's a butt kicker. I got to say, right from the opening guitar, the guitars just come screaming in right in the first second. It's a really good song. So you gotta if you want to celebrate 4th of July, guys, listen to that sweet song today because it's really, really, really good.
Okay, now here's the experience thing. I'm just still going through the chat real quick. So Sasha says, "No, Daniel took my number 2 spot. I have dishonored my family." No, 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 no. You have not done that. Come on.
No.
And hello, Hakeem. Hakeem, who was our very first subscriber to this channel. Thank you, Hakeem. Kapla, Mikey, PvP, Lemon, Daniel, JPRBH1, and Sashi. Thank you, Hakeem. It's so wonderful to see you, my friend. Sashi says, "Hi, Hakeem." And now they're going, "Howdy there." JPR saying, "Howdy, Hakeem." Hakeem says, "I see. I'm not the only one that can't sleep." LOL. Yeah, well, I mean, that happens to be a lot, Hakeem. You know that. Hakeem says, "Lemon pie." And let's see.
Okay.
Yeah, PvP said
Okay.
hello. Sorry.
Okay. What's up with this bogus crap? I was like, I had like 3 crowns, and now I just posted another thing, and I got 0.
I don't know.
What the hell is this about?
I don't know, PvP.
Frickin'
You're asking
YouTube.
the wrong person. I just don't know. It's weird.
Well, it
I'm
wasn't like
guessing these things.
it wasn't
you know?
like I posted something or Gorilla where I got to put 100 like fu emojis because
I'm curious to see how much experience
wow.
accumulates when we do, next week when we do our next Walton stream. I wonder how much is going to accumulate from that. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I got jack shit now, so it's like,
Oh, that's weird.
well, this is bogus. This is bogus. Totally bogus.
I
What
understand.
the hell? I had number 2 a while ago, and now I'm down to I'm down. I'm just another common peasant right now.
Oh man,
It's
terrible.
got to have something to do with Carney. He wants us to all be peasants. Okay, sorry for getting political.
I'm guessing that's probably it. Sashi says, "Hakeem, sleep? It's midday for me." Yeah, dude. I mean, it's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon for him. He doesn't sleep. Come on.
And
Yeah.
it sounds like I can't sleep. It's like Hakeem sleep. It's kind of similar, right? So
Yeah. Okay. So which link was this again? One more time, PvP.
oh
Arch
shit!
Hall at the end.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
You can't
That could
show
be
it.
the
You
sweet
can't
one.
show it on the live stream anyway. So
No. Yeah. No.
it's either
No.
Men Without Hats or that song from the Sweet 4th of July, probably, or
Could
maybe
be
it's
the 4th of July sweet one.
yeah,
Sure.
it could be the discography from Men Without Hats or something.
Yeah. Oh no, we did that earlier. I already had highlighted that
Oh, okay.
previous. I do it one last time. I go back over it before we leave. So
It could be the Sweet.
yeah, this is becoming quite the hopping stream. Yeah, because a lot of us just can't sleep. We're vampires. Didn't you know that? Where it's all secret. Secret vampire stuff. You know how Moira likes to talk about like that. We're vampires. Yeah. Well, I guess some of us are. Lemon says, "Unfortunately, Mikey took a sleeping gummy. Will pass out any moment, possibly slamming his head into the microphone." Now, actually, the microphone is straight this way, and it's about where the light is, but it's just slightly to the left of it. So if I'm going to slam into that, it's going to go, and it'll be down here, not over there.
You just don't end up like LDG that time when they,
oh no, nobody's going to pull that. Nobody's pulling that stuff.
You don't want 8 hours of that in your headphones, or well, you don't have headphones, but you know what I mean.
I don't have headphones. I don't need headphones. I can hear.
But you still hear it. So
I could still hear it. I would, I would, but I wouldn't do that to him. Let's see, Crown Jewels. Okay.
So sleeping gummy, is that like an herbal medication?
Yeah, if you want me to hear. I know
Okay.
this might be product placement, but I don't
See,
think
I
so.
can't do. I wish I could do that. It would help me sleep. But with my high blood pressure medications, my doctor told me it would be dangerous. Right. So
yeah. Now this is from Vicks NyQuil, but they call it the Z-Quil. 3 Z's and a quill, and they're pure Z's. You're supposed to be able to sleep. Somnambulist. That's the word for sleep. And
but what are the ingredients? That's what I have to check. Because I always have to be careful. I have to be careful of contradictions with my meds, right? So
Sure. Yeah, it's advertised. If you go to the VIX website and you check Z Quill, it's
Hmm.
there. It's spelled
Never.
ZZZQUIL, Z
I
Quill.
never knew that existed. Huh.
And it's a gummy.
Fascinating.
Yeah, it's a gummy sleeping pill. You take one, it's supposed to knock you out in a little bit. So
What happens if
yeah,
you take two?
I never tried that, and I won't.
You
Never.
go to gummy bear land in your sleep, right? No, I'm getting really silly now. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, and you're probably tired right now because
Oh,
it's just after
I
you're
got
done.
I'm going to give you like another 30 minutes, and then I definitely have to crash.
Okay, so we'll go to the bottom of the hour, 1 hour 30. That'd be fine.
Yeah, because right
That'd be fine.
now, if I got to sleep right now, I would get just under 8.5 hours. So
Okay.
yeah.
Well, I leave it up to you, PvP. I don't
No,
want to keep you if you need to sleep.
I think if I slept well last night, and amazingly I did a 9 hour shift today and I wasn't really tired. It was incredible. And actually the day went by, 9 hours went by reasonably fast. So I had a good day today. And
Yeah.
I'm only doing 4 hours in the morning tomorrow. So I figure as long as I'm half awake, I'll probably, 4 hours isn't that long a shift, right? So I should be fine. But I would like to get around 8 hours because that's kind of my minimum,
Oh, sure.
for feeling like
And that's the
a
best.
human.
Yeah, that's the best part is because you work from home, right? So
Exactly. Well, you know what I love to do? I set my alarm clock for half an hour before my shift starts. That
right.
goes for 10 minutes, and I sleep through that all the time because it's
That's
like,
what I used to do
well,
back in my day.
the thing I have it set nice so
I
it's
put
like
the
done.
I
Well,
put it
my
in
alarm clock is nice piano music. It's like da 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 da. Goes for 10 minutes. It's like da 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 da. It's very relaxing. The sad thing is, it doesn't wake me up. It makes me go back to sleep.
Oh, sure, sure.
But
We got
anyway,
some people. Yeah,
after that, when that ends, I know I got 20 minutes to get my lazy butt off the mattress, and then I usually sleep for another 5 minutes, and then I'm like, okay, I got 15 minutes. I got to get up, and then I get everything set up because it doesn't take me more than about 10 or 15 minutes anyway. So
which is good. Yeah.
it always works out. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Also, yeah, just continue with the chat here real quick. So Daniel says hello to Hakeem, and Lemon says, PvP, you were overthrown.
Well, I guess I was. I lost my crown.
Oh no.
I just hope YouTube's
Uh,
not going. I just hope YouTube doesn't have the axe for me next.
oh God, I hope not. Hakeem says, okay, this is how he describes it. Hakeem says
Mhm.
it's a new leaderboard feature. The more you chat, the more points you get. Okay,
But
well
then
that
how?
makes sense
But then how come I lost points the more I chatted tonight?
because you stopped chatting. There, if you leave any gap at
Oh
all,
my god.
yeah. So if you don't say anything for for like 10 minutes, like if you've been chatting off your head, for like say 30 minutes, and then all of a sudden you go, okay, I'll keep quiet for
Okay,
like 10
okay.
minutes.
So you're actually telling me that YouTube likes to have constant mindless brain dead chat even if it means absolutely nothing.
I like how you said that. Brainless, mindless chatter. Yes.
Okay,
Constant.
I'm now convinced that the Liberal Party of Canada has bought YouTube.
There you go. Unfortunately.
That would make
Or
sense to
maybe
me.
fortunate. I don't know. I think it's unfortunate myself.
Anyway,
Um
I don't really care.
Sashi, yeah. Sashi says it seems like the max is 75 XP on here. On some other streams, yeah, he got 150 XP. Yeah. Every YouTube channel out there. And you know what? I think it might have
Oh god.
something to do with your channel being monetized. Because I've seen the 150 XP once or twice on Gorilla streams. And he's monetized. So if and he has over 1,000 subscribers. So if you're a channel that's a fledgling channel, which I kind of consider me and Suzanne as being a fledgling channel, even though we've had this channel on here for almost 8 years, um, but with the streaming aspect of it, we haven't done that much streaming. So, um, it and we don't have that many subscribers. Like I said, we have less than 300. So maybe it has something to do with that, Sashi. Um, you know, what I could do is just have you, Sashi, since you're the future man, see if you can figure out a little bit more of it and see if that pertains to your experience, you know, of your channel or how long you've had it. Yeah, see if that applies. And there is, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think you really need to grow your channel in a natural way, though, because you remember when LGG about a year ago was getting gained like 1,000 subs by playing some algorithm crap on here.
Yeah,
I remember that, and it's like, yeah, you might have 1,000 subs now, but they're not going to mean anything because they're not actual real people behind them,
no,
right? So
no.
what's the point? Like I thought, like what's the point of that? You know, uh,
What?
I would
Which is,
I would
yeah,
rather let's put it. I would rather have 10 dedicated fans that like my content and like to follow me and listen to me and talk to me than
sure.
100 lazy people that just sub and never show up again, right? Because there are
Or in the
channels like
case,
that.
yeah, or in the case of Jim's Landscaper, he has over 10,000 people. But what are those 10,000 people going to listen to? You're not going to have 10,000 people. And I'm sorry, Jim, this is not against you. It's just saying to you, which is
Wow,
reality.
I
Okay.
never knew.
You're
I'm
not going to
shocked.
have 10,000. Well, I'm just saying, you're not going to have 10,000 people watch
Gosh,
you every time you do your, you know, your Star Trek fan film or anything like
wow.
that. So
I'm
just
still trying to
saying.
process the 10,000 subs. Like, are these
Yeah.
people all? These people all own like lawnmowers, and they're like all into lawnmower
You know
video,
what I
or
kind of think of them, and I know this might sound a little morbid, but I'm
wow,
kind of thinking that a lot of these subscribers might be in some way similar to when they
wow.
had the election the one time, and you used actual dead people's names to put them on a voting ballot. So
Oh
I'm
no.
thinking, I know this might sound far
Um,
fetched, but I'm saying that I think YouTube bots are using actual passed away or legacy names clandestinely to put them into your subscriberships or whatever you're doing. And then, you know, and I mean, maybe that's where a lot of it
yeah.
came. So,
I,
you
I,
know,
I, to be honest, if they weren't active and alive and communicating, at least once or twice a month, I wouldn't want 9,000 subs.
I wouldn't want that many at all,
Because they're
period.
because they're basically, to me, the 9,000 subs that you never hear from. They're basically, dead. Like you said, they're probably dead, right? It's like it
Yeah,
doesn't count. It doesn't count to me,
yeah. And just to continue with the chat, if it's okay,
Oh, you got to
when
read the
Sci-Fi
chat. You got to read the chat. There's some amazing comments in there about me. I gotta say.
I'm going to. Sci-Fi Sit Down says, "Hello there, Mikey Sue Score. Welcome, Sci-Fi Sit Down. Hope that your job is going all right. I think you said you might have had started something else and you've been working on other things. So hopefully you're still well. Let's put it this way. Let's hope that you get to enjoy July 4th weekend and then kick yourself in gear and go back to work. If
Well,
that's the
well,
case."
Dan's been working down on 54th and 4th, and if you know that Ramones song, you'll get my joke.
Okay.
Listen to
Wow.
that Ramones song, you'll get my joke.
Yeah. And then Sashi says, I got knocked out of the top three. Where's my wakizashi? Did
Yeah,
I say that
exactly.
right? Wakizashi. Where is that?
Exactly. What's all that about? Where they're trying to make us their king making, and then they take our crown away. Come on.
I know. Come on. JPR says, howdy to Sci-Fi Sifdan. Lemon said hello to Sifdan. Sci-Fi Sifdan says, happy 249th Independence Day for the USA. Amen, brother. You get 250 next year. So
Wow.
yeah, 249 years ago, we all said, "Hey, let's get the British out of our fledgling United colonies or whatever."
Boston
So,
Tea Party.
Boston Tea Party, baby. Hakeem says, "Hey, Sci-Fi Sifdan," and so she says hello to Sifdan, and Sifdan says hello there. So to John, so we do have a lot of hellos. But, I love to read them. Sifdan says hello there to Lemon. He also says, Hakeem, I take melatonin sometimes to sleep. You know what? I got to tell you real quick, Hakeem. Yes, melatonin does help. Okay, but for me, it really knocks me out. It's put me almost in a coma sometimes. I really
Oh,
have to be careful if I ever start
oh.
taking melatonin. Uh, prescription. Yes, I have to be very careful with that. And let's see, Gorilla pumped Indian music at LDG while he slept, and LDG awakened never the same. So I hear. Yes, that's true, sir. He ended up wanting curry.
Well,
He had to go for yeah.
we always joked that LDG had a hungering for East Indian men for 3 months after that.
He did curry. He wanted Indian curry.
No, I'm talking
The
about
rice, the whole thing.
East Indian men. I'm not talking about food.
Oh, East Indian men.
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't-
LDG he just loved it when we made fun of that comment. But that's
Oh,
remember
that's great.
that we got the running dialogue about LDG's foot in a certain area of Gorilla, right? So
Okay, so Sifdan said, so get the garlic and the cross ready. I have my cross ready. It's right here. Okay, there's my cross. And he says, say the power of Christ compels you, Mikey. The power of the Lord compels you. Okay, well,
hey,
I've never been able to say that, but hey,
I'm not sure where garlic comes into the power of the Lord, though. I'm a bit confused there, actually.
Oh, it's a vampire thing.
Oh, it's a vampire joke.
If you get it where it's a vampire joke, or you get it where it's garlic.
I get it. Yeah.
Okay. And doxylamine, doxylamine, John says, is in regular NyQuil, I think. Yes, which is the ingredient in regular Unisom. A lot of these sleep things use diphenhydramine, which is Benadryl. Lord. Okay, yeah.
Wow.
And there's our friend. Deleted Scenes. Yay, Deleted Scenes raid. Hi, Deleted Scenes. Welcome, sir. He's waving.
Hey
he
there.
says, been lurking. Oh, well, cool. Hey, thank you for lurking, my friend. JP says, all the crowns disappeared for me. See, he had the same thing. Lemon says, hi, Deleted Scenes. Keem says, hey, Deleted Scenes. Sashi says, hi, Deleted Scenes. Sci-Fi Sip Dan says, PvP loves it when a woman plays with his crown jewels. I'd rather I said it than you, because I don't. Yeah. I don't have I can't play the gorillas thing, because
I would say Dan is just about at his usual form tonight.
I would say so.
Yeah.
Howdy to Deleted Scenes from John. And Deleted says, hail Lemon Pie, hail Hakeem, hail Sashi, hail JPR. And let's see. Sushi says, bold of you to assume I have a brain, PvP.
Well,
of course you do, Sashi. Come on.
I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. Well, I'll assume that you're intelligent until you prove that you're not. Let's put it that way.
That sounds good to me.
Because I've talked to people where I assumed they were intelligent, and then they unfortunately proved that the opposite was true. Because I've had those conversations, right? So
yeah. And hail Mikey and PvP from Deleted. Thank you, Deleted.
Oh, by the way,
yes.
I'm just going to say I put Elvis Costello's song Chemistry Class in the public and the private chats. Since we're talking so much about chemistry that makes you go to sleep, I thought Chemistry Class would be the perfect song from Elvis Costello, because it's a great song off his third album.
I got to say something quick about Elvis Costello, and I think I mentioned this to you once before.
I love Elvis Costello.
Yeah, okay. Well, I thought I mentioned this to you once before. Sting and Elvis Costello were supposed to do a concert together. Elvis was going to open for Sting, and Sting was going to be the main act. And then Elvis would come on and do a few songs with him. And I wanted to go so bad. And some people said it was too expensive or it just was boring. And I said, no, come on. If you're talking about Elvis and Sting being on the same stage and they're boring, something's wrong with you. I'm sorry. Okay. And I really wanted to go to that concert. I really did, but I missed it.
I have to. What was the year? That
was 9. Oh, shit. Not 19. Let me think. Okay. I think it was just after I had seen with my friend the Wallflowers and Eric Clapton, his Slow Hand tour. I think it was just after that. That was in the early 2000s, and that's when Sting and Elvis were supposed to get together.
You see, I was very fortunate to see Elvis in 1984
Oh, wow. I bet that was a
because,
great thing.
well, I'll never forget. I went over to Surrey where my friend Jim lived, because Jim
Oh, thank
had
you,
an
Steve.
apartment. Jim's apartment was only like a 10-minute walk over to the local mall.
Yeah.
And we knew the tickets were going to go on sale, at 9 a.m. or whatever, right? So we got up early, and we were over there probably by 8 o'clock to get in line at the local mall.
Oh,
As soon as they opened the doors, guess what? There were like 4 people ahead of us.
wow.
We're like, oh boy, did we luck out? Because we knew
You
it was
did.
we knew it was gonna. So we get up to the window. We get Jim got a ticket for him. He got a ticket for me, and we bought one for our friend Larry as well because he
I like
couldn't make
that.
it that day. Anyway, we bought 3 tickets. Paid. It was actually reasonable too. I don't think we paid like more than about $50 a ticket back then, right? And
Right.
and it was at the Orpheum Theater in downtown Vancouver, Mikey. I don't know if you've ever heard of the Orpheum Theater, but it's one of those great old 1920s music halls. It's absolutely gorgeous.
It's like is it like an art house type of
It's like an art
theater?
house, beautiful old theater.
Mhm.
Yeah. Um,
We had a similar one in Tempe, Arizona. It's called the Mill Avenue Theater, and the Mill
mm.
Avenue Theater is just like an art house deco type of.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
like, yeah, like 20s Art Deco or something, right? It's just
Yes.
gorgeous
Yes.
building, and it does,
Right.
it does have a history of having high class concerts there. Anyway, we
Mhm.
got our tickets, and we were just walking out, and like 2 or 3 people behind us, the lady at the window goes, "Oh, sorry, Elvis is sold out for the concert." That's how fast it went. We were like third
Right.
in line, and the fifth police people were screwed over. They couldn't get a ticket. That's how. And we're talking like I don't know, 1,000 seats in the Orpheum. Like
Yeah.
it sold
Not
out
that
real
many. Yeah.
quick.
Yeah.
But you know why? One reason it sold out was that's the year in 1984 when Elvis put out his album called Brutal Youth, and it was one of the last albums he ever did with the Attractions, right?
Was that the year he had that song? Is I hope I'm right. Start it up. Or go start it up. Baby, don't baby.
Oh no,
Start it.
that's
Was that later?
19 that's 1978.
Oh, that's before. Oh,
That's
wow.
way early. Yeah, that's the second
Okay.
album.
Because
I
that's
think
one of the few Costello songs I remember blatantly, like growing up as a kid. So
okay,
yeah, I mean, yeah,
yeah, there's only one male solo Elvis artist I like more than Elvis, and that would be David Bowie, because I still think
yes.
David Bowie is the most creative independent solo artist that ever walked planet Earth.
Can you do
But
a
Elvis
yeah?
is very close.
Sure. Let's catch up on the chat. Before we do that, I'm going to
Mhm.
ask you a favor, PvP. If you can get a hold of the entire album, his last album, Black Star, I would sincerely appreciate that. And if you can send it to me on Facebook Messenger, I definitely want to download it because
Oh,
I want that last album.
well,
Yeah,
I don't know nothing about downloading off of YouTube, but I can easily find it
cool. That'd be
because it is
great.
because I think
Yeah,
Bowie did post it.
yeah. Well, we are getting close to the bottom here, so let's finish with the chat, and then
Right.
we'll do a quick prayer for Larry and everybody, and then we'll head on out the door. So, let's
Don't
see.
worry.
So Daniel says, "I hate it that X-Men '97 season 2 was pushed back to 2026. Bo DeMaio, the writer of the X-Men '97 series, got in trouble and he got fired. We could have got X-Men '97 season 2 by now." Yeah. I only heard brief stories about it there, Daniel. What I have to say though is, uh, it's a shame because it was actually Raquel SSG and Moira Kitty that introduced me to X-Men '97 when they brought it back with those first 10 episodes. They renewed it and everything. Yeah, it was through Disney Plus, unfortunately, but not much you can do about that. But anyway, um, it was really good, and then I mean, I really liked it, and I'm not a big fan of animated series, but when they brought this X-Men in, yeah, it was great, but I thought it was going to be later this fall, and now you're telling me it was moved up. So yeah, I'm kind of a little disappointed about that. But thank you, my friend, for telling me. JPR says I enjoyed X-Men '97 to Daniel. That's cool. Um, yeah, that sucks, Daniel. I liked X-Men '97. We all did, Hakeem. Yeah, I loved it. Daniel says JPR, I loved it, and I am waiting for it to come on DVD. Yeah, that'd be great. Also, he says to Hakeem, the creator of X-Men '97, Bo DeMaio, got in trouble. He was telling people what was going to happen in season 2, and he was showing his friends special screenings. He was told to stop, but he did not. Okay. And X-Men '97, Sifdan says season 1 was okay most of the time. To sometimes good. Yes, it was. It was. I liked a lot of the episodes. In fact, pretty much all of them. I was a big fan. Daniel said he didn't, and he got fired. The team says they were brought. Oh, they were brought bots. That's why no one knew talked during the streams. Oh, they were bots. Okay. So you're saying that maybe more than half of Jim that we mentioned, just as an example, could be bots. Yeah, more than his or half of his 10,000
Well,
plus whatever he has.
yeah. I just want to quickly comment. One of the things that worries me about the modern world in the last 6 months or so, especially, is how authenticity is becoming rarer and rarer and rarer, which is why I love hanging out with wonderful human beings like yourself here, Mikey.
Thanks. Thank you.
Well, I go on Facebook, every day to check out if my friends have sent me a message, right? And I'll usually scroll down because maybe it'll have something about William Shatner or, something I'm interested in. And I don't know how many times I have seen these young women that are scantily clad in their bikinis or whatever, and they're just obviously looking for attention. It's kind of sad, actually. But the weird thing I've noticed in the last month or two is half of them look like AI generated fakes, right? They don't even look like real girls,
Yeah,
and it creeps the hell out of me. I got to say, Mikey, it really does. It really does.
Yeah, and let's see. Just continuing here real quick. So Sashi says, YouTube conspiracy. Where's my foil hat? I think we all need one. Sashi says, deleted scenes jumped ahead of me in rankings despite me making more comments. I'm assuming your subscriber numbers have an impact. I'm guessing that could be the case. Because, like I said, here for Mikey Says 4, we now have 268 subscribers. We gained another one after the Larry stream there on the 1st. So we're only 32 away from 300, which will be our next celebration, for this channel. And I'm guessing it does. I'm guessing it has some kind of impact on that. LDG also spilled an exotic sauce on his keyboard, teriyaki, I think. Yes, that's true. I remember he spilled it and ruined his keyboard pad and all this. Yeah.
I'm so glad after you said exotic sauce, you clarified it as teriyaki. Thank you. I'm so glad.
Yeah, we don't want to know what other kind of.
I might have spilled some exotic sauce in my lifetime, but you really don't want to hear about it.
Oh my Lord! Oh my God, man!
Oh, by the way, I got 2 crowns back. I got 2 crowns back, maybe because I said something naughty. I don't know.
That's awesome. Deleted scenes, Sashi. I don't know how it works. See, I'm in the dark just as much as you are, deleted. I really am.
Oh God.
There's the Elvis Costello chemistry class. His album or the song?
It's just a song. It's off of his 3rd album.
Okay, chemistry.
I'll send you some links to his early albums one of these days.
Sure.
But you know me, when I have a friend, I'll bombard them with 6,000 things, and they'll never be able to watch them all. So I won't do that. Oh,
sure. And
by the way,
don't forget to like the stream. Yeah, thank you, Akeem. Yeah, don't forget to hit the like. Don't forget to share this channel with your friends and family and partners and acquaintances and whoever else is out there with this crazy world.
Willing, willing strangers on the friend that'll, take a dollar.
Right. Don't forget to subscribe. As I said, we only need 32 more to get to 300 as we're slowly and steadily building this kind channel. So make sure that anybody who hasn't subscribed yet, please come and check us out. And if you're willing to subscribe, great. If you don't, that's fine too. You're totally up to you. It's totally your choice. But we do appreciate if you do choose us. That's most appreciated. Sashi says Lemon Pie has 150 XP now. I think the stream time unlocks a higher XP. Yes, that is a good point. I think if you stay on a stream for longer than my best guess is 30 minutes. So if you're on a stream for longer than 30 minutes in the chat and you're actually talking, conversing, doing all that, I believe that's where maybe that increase in the XP. That's a good point, Sashi. I think you might be right on that. And Sci-Fi Sip Dan says, some Star Wars news today. Yes, minor Star Wars actor Kenneth Colley, who played Admiral Piet. He passed away. He played Admiral Piet in Empire Strikes Back, and he was in Return of the Jedi.
Huh.
Yes. Yeah, and we lost Michael Madsen at 67. He was in Reservoir Dogs. He was in both Kill Bill Parts 1 and 2 with, Tarantino. He passed away too. Yeah. And then there was this soccer star, how God takes people in threes. So he took this one soccer star. His name is Diogo Jota, but he spells it Jota, but it's pronounced Jota. He was only 28 years old and he died in a car crash.
Oh,
and he was
shit.
a Premier League. He was a Premier League footballer.
You do realize, though, Mikey, that Spanish people, they pronounce a J as an H.
I did. I said Jota.
It's like when I often get Spanish people on,
No.
well, I get Spanish people on their phone numbers, and it's like Jesus, and I'm like, I'm not going to say I want to talk to Jesus. I'm going to say I want to talk to Jesus, because Jesus is the way you pronounce it correctly, right? If I said I want to talk to Jesus, they'd probably say, well, why don't you go to heaven then, you stupid son of a bitch?
Now, if you were, speaking in Hebrew or Aramaic, it would be Yesu. And so it would be Jesu, but you would pronounce the J as like a Y.
Well, see,
and how I knew this? Because my Jewish brother-in-law, Stephen, pronounced it to me one time. It's like, oh, Yesu. Okay, yeah, that's Jesus.
Okay, well, the thing is, I've learned over the years that Spanish people silence the J and replace it with an H, right? I just know that because I've learned that. I mean, 5 years of making calls, you're going to learn that shit, right?
Yeah. Now, do you remember that scene from Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, and where he's crossing? He has to spell out Jehovah, but in the Latin, in the Hebrew, it is with an I. It starts with an I, not a J. And he goes, J, and he almost falls through it and whatever. Oh my God. It still makes me laugh.
The thing is, I have called people, you ever got a name where you think they must have used all 27 letters in the alphabet for that guy's name? Because I have gotten people with names like that. It absolutely warps your mind. You know what I do though? I just go Google. I type their name in and I go pronunciation, and 9 times out of 10, it'll bring up a pronunciation guide with other people. You just click on and they pronounce it for you, right? And there'll be like 5 or 6 of them. 9 times out of 10, I can manage that, right? But man, it's absolutely mind-boggling how some people. I kind of wonder how they get through life with names like that, because I'm sure nobody that walks up to them on an average day to day is ever going to get their name right. Like, I have to work at it, right? Other people don't. They don't give a crap, probably. So yeah, sorry, I'm getting sidetracked.
I believe. Yeah, so real quick, just saying about that with the Spanish alphabet. Now, if I recall correctly, I think it has anywhere from 29 to 30 letters. And what they add in is the N actually has what they call a tilde on it. You have to pronounce it a certain way. It's not like a regular N, like in Nancy or anything like that. It's pronounced differently because it has the tilde on it. There's also two R's. So when you said burrito, yay, I did it. So yeah, you have to spread it like that. You have to say the word like that with two R's together. The same thing with like the word valley is valle. And the way it sounds like a Y is there's two letter L's there. So you've got like two R's in a word and you have to pronounce it a certain way, two L's a certain way. You got the N with its tilde, and I think there's also the J. And like you said, the J has to be pronounced like an H. So there's actually, if you think of it, there's two H's and an I, and then a J. So the two H's are actually that J.
Yeah,
word.
that's the one hard and fast rule I've learned. It's like you pronounce it as Javier or Jesus,
Javier.
and that takes about 90% of 90% of the calls I make. That solves it, right? Because most
Javier.
Spanish folks have that in their names.
Yeah, well, and you know, with what was it with Xavier? Well, that's the way you pronounce it, Xavier. That's
Mhm.
you know, X is like a KS. So Xavier,
Yeah,
Xavier. something like that.
well, you know what the weird thing is. Well, you know, if I'm not sure, I'll go on Google and I'll check
Like
the
Z.
pronunciation
Yeah,
guides.
X is
And
like a Z, Xavier. Yeah.
I never once in 5 years of talking to people, nobody has ever said to me, "You fucked my name up." Nobody has ever been nobody's ever said, that's not how you pronounce my name,
Well,
bud."
when I used to book reservations for people, and then we need to catch up on the chat. But when I used to book reservations for people, I would say their names exactly how it's supposed to be pronounced. And one
Uh-huh.
person, and I will never forget this, one person had a really difficult name, and he was a Middle Easterner,
Oh
right?
God.
And he came to, this is true. And he wanted to go visit Arizona. And I said, okay, where do you want to stay? Blah, 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 blah. And what is your name? And he told me, and I pronounced it right the first time. He says, sir, how did you get that right? Nobody gets my name right the first time. Nobody. And I said, I just pronounce it in my head. I look at it, I see it, blah, 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 and I get it. He says,
Well,
I want to book with you more often after this. I said, great, sir. If you call, make sure you get me, and I'll make sure I get you rooms everywhere with your correct pronunciation and
that
spelling of your name.
that's
So,
cool. That's very good.
yeah, it's
Well,
very cool.
there are names when they look complicated at first, right? They
Oh,
look
you
like
should try the Hindu names.
no, but they got like 12 different letters, and they're all kind of random. It seems, right?
yeah,
But then,
yeah.
what? Sometimes I will just read through the name a bit,
Right.
piece by piece by piece by piece, and when I go blah 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 blah, and I read the whole name, it's like, oh, of course,
Yeah.
it's that guy. Yeah, sometimes I can figure it out on my own, right? Because I've been doing it for so
Right.
bloody long,
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's finish with the chat. We're getting close to time here. I know we're
yeah,
a few
I
minutes
just got
over, but
I did add a couple more links I want to mention when you get to the
I'll
chat.
get right to them. Yep. Okay. So Lemon Pie says, yeah, could be Sashi. And there's the other link. That's to David Bowie's Vivo. And
That's you wanted Black Star, right?
that's the Black Star album.
No, this is the Black Star video.
Oh, okay. Black Star song. Okay. Awesome.
That's a good
Yeah.
place to start because it's like 9 minutes long, and
Oh, yeah.
it's an incredibly good video. No, it's it's one of the
I know. I think I've perused it once or twice before. So yes.
you know David
cool.
Bowie I think he was an artist personally, not just a musician or a songwriter, but
Yeah.
a true artist. That last video, I think he knew. Well, he obviously knew the year before he was dying from his pancreatic cancer or whatever. He knew
Oh,
knew
yeah.
his time was limited, right? When he put that video together, you watch that and remember his first hit was 1969 with Major Tom, Space Odyssey, da da
Right.
da 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 to
Space
Major
Odyssey.
Tom, right? And then we got
Space Odyssey.
1980s where we got Major Tom, he's a junkie. Remember that song?
Yes, I remember that.
right? And
Mhm.
this
I
was the
remember all of them.
I think this was when Bowie realized he was going to croak. He was like, okay, I've had Major Tom in my career since 1969. What
Right.
better way with a character to finish it off with another tribute to Major Tom at the end of my life? And
Mhm.
you watch the video, and it's pretty obvious right at the start. Well, I'll just give it away. There's a dead astronaut on an alien world,
Oh, yeah.
and it's pretty obvious that it's Major Tom. Let's put it
He
that way.
passed away because of some previous. I'm just trying to say YouTube. Hey, he just kind of passed away from some condition or something.
Oh, I shouldn't have said that. Oh, I said a bad word.
That's all right. It's all right. Let's finish up the chat here real quick. So
Anyway, I also
JPR
the next link was the entire album.
Oh, okay, cool. JPR says I got to see Bowie in 1990 with Adrian Belew back in the band. Great show. Oh, awesome. Great JPR. There's the Hard Rock channel. Okay. That's the link.
No, that should give you the
let's-
link to the album.
to the album. Okay, yeah. So I'm sorry. Let me highlight both of those real quick. Okay.
I was
All right.
I was blessed. I saw Bowie 3 times live.
Yeah. Yeah. And PvP says Lemon says fun stream. Thank you, Mikey. Yeah, you're very welcome, Lemon. I'm glad that you made it, my friend. Daniels says so. Daniel says so. Marvel had to fire Bo DeMayo, and because of Bo DeMayo, sorry, and because of that, we got to wait until 2026. Look at what one person can ruin something for so many people. Me being one of them. I agree, Daniel. You know, it only takes one. It only takes one. PvP, those are probably scam profiles. Oh, okay. And agree. And then Lemon Pie says PvP was worried about what kind of sauce. Well, justifiably so. You know, when LDG's talking sauce, I'm like, come on. You mean he had a wet dream and all of a sudden something. Never mind. I'm not going to go any further from there. I'm going to get myself in trouble. All right.
Yeah,
So,
I agree.
yeah. So Sakeem says, so, yeah, baby. So true, Daniel. At first, I didn't know I would like the show, but ended up liking it a lot. Same here, Akeem. I really do hope it fixes itself up. Step Down says PvP's exotic sauce is a special ranch dressing, trying to keep it YouTube friendly. Okay. Right. Dan, Dan, go back to work. Just kidding.
Well, at
so-
least he
wow.
said it was a ranch dressing, so
Well, at least he said ranch, yeah.
it was in
Well,
reason.
what if he said it was a French dressing? Oh God, no.
I'm not going there.
Slushy says, "Oh no, I hope I just didn't give him an idea." Oh no,
You probably did.
How about that? Oh my God. Sashi says, "Wow, a lot of talk about sauce. I might get lost in it." Well, I hope not. Return of the Jedi. Oh, geez, yeah. Instead of Jedi, yeah. John says that. Wasn't Madonna married to Jesus? No,
It depends what I think. It depends the version of Madonna you're talking about.
Right.
Wasn't Madonna the immaculate birth of Jesus though?
No. They're talking about Mary Magdalene, who was the prostitute that people were going to throw stones at, and whoever was without sin throw the first stone.
Okay.
They thought that the rumor is that, and I think Book of Mormon started it. The rumor is that Jesus had a secret association with Mary Magdalene, and
right,
and they thought she is one of them that is standing there in the same portrait as the Last Supper, that she's there with him. So
who was Joseph's lady?
Was Mary, the Virgin Mary.
Okay, yeah, because she was sometimes called Mary Magdalene. Maybe I'm getting confused.
No. She didn't know. That was Mary. Mary was that. Prostitute was named Mary Magdalene.
Okay.
That, to my knowledge.
By the way, have you ever seen Last Temptation of Christ? I really.
Oh, you mean that one with Willem Dafoe?
I really enjoyed that movie
I never
a lot.
saw it again. I liked it, but I never wanted to see it again.
Well,
I
you
don't
know,
know.
the thing was, my cousin's mother was very Catholic, very religious, right?
Oh, of course.
And she had heard all the hype about what a horrible movie it was. And so my cousin and I said, well, let's go watch it and you can give us your honest opinion after we see it, right? And
Yeah. Right.
she actually really liked the movie. She was like, wow, this is
Yeah.
really good. Like, it's kind
Yeah.
of like she could believe that Jesus would be tempted by evil at the end of his life like that. He would, believe he got off the cross and could live as a man, even though it was
Yeah.
all a lie by Satan or whatever, right? And
Yeah.
of
Sure.
course, then at the end of the movie, he goes back on the cross and dies for our sins, right? Which is a
Right.
wonderful ending. I really think that's a powerful film, personally, and I'll never
Yeah.
forget because my cousin's mother was a very strong traditional Catholic, and she actually ended up really enjoying the film, and I'll never forget that because we had a very nice evening that night. Like it was really a lot of fun after we walked out of the theater. So sorry,
Yeah.
Mikey, if you hated it, that's unfortunate. But I
And
think
I
I
just
don't
well,
think I don't think this is as bad as a film as some people want to watch it to be.
yeah. Well, and it's not that I didn't hate it. It was just the thing that I only wanted to watch it the one time, and
Okay.
and I still, like I said, I think that the Passion of the Christ that Mel Gibson put out does give me a lot more effect as far as emotional effect,
Okay.
especially when Jesus gets tortured before he goes to the cross.
Okay,
So
that's one I haven't. I do have to see that still. I have not seen that. So
you need to see it. Maybe Gorilla can do it one of these
hey, maybe
days.
we should get. Oh, okay. Get this. We'll get Gorilla to do a Christ theme for like 4 weeks on his movie channel. We'll do
We could
Passion of
do
the
that.
Christ. We'll do Last Temptation. We could even what else could we throw in? 10 Commandments or whatever. Like just
Sure.
go for the gusto, right? You think
Yeah.
Gorilla's actually going to go for that though, or is he going to
Right.
tell us to all f off
Yeah.
with a 10 out of 10? If you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
All right, PvP. Well, I got a lot of chats here, so let's try to get
Yeah,
through them as fast as we
I'll
can
shut
before
up.
we get out of here.
Let's go.
Oh no, you don't need to shut up. I'm
No,
just
no,
saying
no,
that.
no, no, no. I got to hit the sack myself in about 10 minutes. So
Okay, sounds good. All right, so Daniel says, I am just looking at the article where Admiral Piet died from a combination of the worldwide virus and he had pneumonia. Oh, that's sad to hear that.
good.
He says, I was watching the odd vid there. Was this elderly gentleman, and he was talking about how when people pray, they get little to no benefit. And he said it's because people are praying to the. He said it's because people are praying to the wrong god. The god who's responsible for this quadrant of the galaxy is Zeus. That is what he claimed. I think you're listening to the wrong person there. That's my opinion, Daniel, but I think you're listening to the wrong person. Don't try to believe everything you hear from that, okay? It's best if you read the Bible yourself, the Holy Bible, preferably King James if you get a chance. Read it yourself, because I've done it myself almost 5 times now, from cover to cover. I'm working on my 5th time right now, and I should be doing
So
more of that.
so
I should be
so
reading more of it. But, yeah.
it's the King James version basically New Testament, Mikey.
It's mostly New Testament, yes.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Is there a version you'd recommend? Because I must admit, I have never actually done a thorough reading of the Bible yet, and I've been moving much closer to religion because of you and Larry and other people I've met in the last year, and I'm getting to that point where I want to accept Jesus in my heart.
Sure.
But I need to educate myself because I'm still ignorant, right? I don't want to be ignorant about that.
Right. King James, I would recommend as a first Bible if you get a chance to read. The
Okay,
King
thank you.
James Version. I would
Appreciate,
definitely say.
thanks,
Yeah,
Mikey.
no problem.
Appreciate you.
No problem. Sashi says, I mostly get confused with sushi. Well, that's true. I've heard some people call it sushi, no, sashi. I feel badly about that.
So does that mean people want to eat it with chopsticks? Okay, I'll shut up now.
Yeah, you're right. Daniel says, he said, NASA knows this as well. Well, NASA doesn't know everything. Just saying.
Yeah, well,
Sasha says, yeah, Bowie even sang a song in the Indonesian language. Cool.
Bowie is. I think Bowie is a genius. I mean, he had his flaws, of course, but
Obviously he did. JP says ashes to ashes, dust to dust, right?
yeah.
Bashi says I'm now at 150 XP. I knocked down PvP to number 3.
Yeah.
Okay, this is not a competition, guys.
I don't.
Just
I,
saying. Just saying. Happy 4th of July, people from Lemon. See now, Lemon, you're in your time zone now. LDG, we love you. Ha ha ha. Yes, and Jim's Landscape, we enjoy you too. Hopefully, you don't think of this as a personal attack. You know, we care about you just as much as we do everybody else, Jim. You know that. JPR says happy 4th to Lemon Pie. Lemon says the Madonna is the Virgin Mary. Yes, that's true. That's what I said. Um, yeah, I meant the singer Madonna. Oh, no, no, no. Singer Madonna is nowhere close to God. No, no, no. She's a Catholic, but she just, personally, but, in her history, but I don't think she's that close. But that's just me. Like I said, that's my opinion. You guys can base it off what you see and how she is. Let's see. Met the singer. She was married or in a relationship with a Latin American model or something like that, and his name was Jesus, or pronounced Jesus. Oh, that's interesting. And Sashi, oh, LOL. Okay. All right. I'll highlight that. All right. We are caught up on the chat, so I think that's where we're gonna go ahead and finish up tonight. And again, I want to thank everybody being here. I'll mention you in just a moment. I do want to say a quick prayer though, so we're gonna do that first for Larry. So, in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, dear Lord, I know you've been looking over Larry, our best friend, my best friend, 50 years, and our best friend here on the Mikey Sues 4 channel, as well as other channels like Gorilla's Random Thoughts, like PvP's channel, like Sci-Fi Sit Dan. Larry is a very valuable friend to all of us, and he is an angel on this earth. I truly believe that. And I know, Lord, that you have another mission for him. So that is why he's still here. We all are thankful for that. And Lord, may your angels help him and the saints help him to recover swiftly, if possible, at a very decent pace, if the other situation. But either way, may he be able to recover fully and come back to us and join us and rejoin us in our wonderful community. So, with all this, we ask for you to watch over Larry and the rest of the family. In your name, Lord, amen and amen. Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. And there we go.
I just want to add, wasn't Job the one that was tested by God?
Oh yes, we've already said that Larry is like Job.
Well, I'm just going to say, like Job, I think Larry will rise up and do amazing things in future days.
Yeah. And to finish the chat here before we go, Daniel says Indiana Jones, I read today, might get a reboot, and I say boo. Well, yeah, boo, because you don't have Harrison Ford doing it anymore. So let's hope we don't have Phoebe Waller-Bridge pop out of somewhere and go, "I'm the new Indiana Jones." I hope not.
I'll give you the
That was
next
too
title.
simple.
The next title for Indiana Jones: Indiana Jones and the Pampers of Doom.
And the Pampers of Life.
Oh man, are these people?
Oh my God.
Are these people in control of our culture really this demented that they want to do this shit again?
They have no originality. There's no creativity. Nothing. Nothing. It's and this even scares me. This even scares me with the movies we want to see. I mentioned it to deleted scenes. I said, we're looking forward to Superman because I want to see Crypto. I want to see the dog. I want to see how the dog does. That's pretty bad. If I want to see how the dog does and how Nicholas Hoult will do as Lex Luthor over the guy who's going to be playing Superman, that doesn't say a lot. That does not help the situation.
The early stuff I've heard on YouTube is it's pretty dreadful, actually.
Oh, I've heard that. Jurassic World Rebirth. I think both Suzanne and I want to see Scarlett Johansson.
I would.
a dinosaur.
Why did they even call it Rebirth? They should have called it Stillbirth, right?
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't make
like
up these
seriously.
titles.
You
Yeah.
got I mean, I remember when I was at art school back in the late 80s and I went with one of my
All right,
girlfriends and
Sashi.
we
Have
saw
a
we
great
saw
day
the
at work.
first movie at the theater and it was great. And why are we doing this like 40 something years later doing another rehash of Jurassic whatever? It's like
Yeah,
pointless.
I don't know. And
Wow.
Lemon says amen, and JPR says amen. Thank you both, gentlemen. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
amen indeed.
Amen indeed. Yes, definitely.
Our
Uh,
culture needs an amen.
right. Well, and I'll just mention two more quickly. So, Fantastic Four, First Steps. First steps to what? You've done this thing 4 different times with 4 different casts, and you're calling it First Steps? Hello, something wrong there. That just makes no sense to me.
Well,
None.
that's another one that on YouTube looked bad, right? Like,
Yeah. And then last but not least, I'm really looking forward to Toxic Avenger coming out in August. But most people are saying to me, Peter Dinklage, he's a jerk and all this other stuff. I'm like, dude, if he can pull it off, you know how short this man is, okay? But if he can pull off Toxic Avenger and Elijah Wood somehow gets this brilliance of being a sniper and all this other thing, I'm fine with that. And then you got Kevin Bacon, who's the villain. Kevin
okay,
Bacon. Now that says a lot if he's the villain.
so
I mean,
Dinklage is the Toxic Avenger.
yes, he's going to play the Toxic Avenger.
Okay, I'm gonna have to lie down and pass out for a while now just to process that, Mikey.
Right.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow.
Oh, JPR is quoting the line. He says, "Ashes to ashes, funk to
Funk to funky,
funky. We know
we know
Major
Major
Tom's a
Tom's a
junkie.
junkie, strung out
Drawn
in
out in
heaven's high,
heaven's high,
hitting an
hitting an
all-time
all-time
low. Thank
I
you. Thank you.
thank you, Chad. Thank you, John. I hope we didn't. I hope we did it justice. I hope we didn't just kill it
I
in
hope
a
we
bad
didn't.
way.
I
Just
hope we
now.
didn't kill your monetization right now by singing that either.
I
Fuck.
hope not either. Probably
Oh,
not. It was only it's less than 15 seconds.
by
Okay.
the way, since we're wrapping this up, will you do me the great honor of watching the David Bowie video before we end backstage? Would you do me that great?
Backstage after we're
I'd
done.
really love to watch because Mikey, it's so good. I think you'll love it. I really
Okay.
want you to see it, and I'd love to
Great.
watch it with you, my good friend.
All right. Sounds good. All right. So first of all, let's thank everybody that came here today. We've got PvP here on the panel. Thank you, PvP. Much appreciated you came up to join me. Welcome, a beautiful day. Like I said, Miss Beautiful Day, please come by Monday through Thursday, 12 noon, when I do my different shows, their reviews and so forth. If you're there, I will make sure I hit you up with a standard mod. So thank you,
I,
young lady, for being here.
I wonder if Beautiful Day is if that's a YouTube reference. Probably not, but you know where my mind goes here.
No. And Sir Lemon Pie, thank you for helping, Miss Suzanne to monitor the chat. And thank you for being here. There's Beautiful Day's channel. And thank you, Tim, FKHC 2005. He has some good content there. Make sure you guys are all checking him out as well.
Yep,
Don't
Tim
forget
does cool stuff.
JPR. Yeah. And then JPR PH1, also known as John Pantoriero. He has 3 different channels on YouTube. So if you go to this main one, I believe he also has 2 of his other 2 channels linked to his main one there, JPR PH1. So make sure you go to all 3 channels and make sure that you subscribe to all of them. And welcome and thank you again, Sashi, our future time traveler from Malaysia. Make sure you go to his channel and subscribe. There's also the Men Without Hats. I'm just showing some of the links here if you folks didn't get a chance to click on them. And there's one I sent, and another one I sent. And the first one is the Motley Crue and Dolly Parton pairing. Insane, but it's really good song of Home Sweet Home. And then this is the Ghost of Johnny Cash. The man, his name is David Radcliffe, and he sings just like Johnny Cash. So crazy. Yeah, make sure you
Wow.
check that out.
Amazing.
Daniel's Hot Topics. Thank you, Daniel, for being here.
Yeah.
Daniel doesn't have a lot of content on his channel, but he does like to hang out with some of us on some of our other channels, and we do appreciate his knowledge and the information he provides. And thank you, Daniel, for being here tonight, being here with us. There's another information that PvP posted. Hakeem, as I said, he was our very first subscriber. He was here tonight. Thank you, Hakeem. Most appreciated. I think he has a little bit of content on his channel, but he's always been one of the best supporters of all of our channels. So thank you, Hakeem. And there's another link and from PvP. And then Sci-Fi Sifdan. Sci-Fi Sifdan does these crossovers with different sci-fi franchises. He also has a second channel, which he shows usually on Friday nights to advertise Slime channel and also Japanese anime. So, and also on Saturday afternoons, every 2 weeks, he usually does his show from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Pacific time. And both me and PvP, we go on there with him. We talk about different sci-fi subjects, and we also show a watch party of a famous original series Star Trek episode, and then we talk about that as well. So if you get a chance, check us out during those times every 2 weeks on Sci-Fi Sit Dance channel. And Deleted Scenes. Deleted Scenes does coming attractions. He works on Sparkwood and 21 with Netter's Network and with Troy Pacelli of Last Call. He's done karaoke panels with Outlaw Bill, and they've also done Western cinema watch parties. So make sure you check out Deleted Scenes. Get a chance to go there, and you won't regret what you see. He's got some great content there, so make sure you check him out. And Deleted, thank you for coming by here. I appreciate that too. And then there's another link that you can follow from PvP there. That was Elvis Costello's Chemistry. This is Bowie's Black Star. And there's the other one. And then, which I believe is the album.
That's the
And
album.
then, right. And JPR, I hope we didn't mess you up with the song. And let's see. JPR says, you did great. Oh, thank you. Thank you, John. He says, good night, folks. And good night, everyone from Lemon. Okay.
Good night. Good night.
So,
Good night.
all right, everyone. So let me finish out by saying, of course, always expect the unexpected from me, from Mikey Sus4. Don't forget that Suzanne always says, leave everything in God's hands. I believe that the power of prayer, and over 60 people we had on this last live stream for Larry that we did, and he thanked us. He said, thank you, Mikey. I love you. My brother, love you, PvP. He said, everybody. I mean, that was great. So, again, I want to thank Curtis Selby and also Gorilla for, live streaming for same simulcast that I did that night. We had, like I said, over 60 people that visited. All of us together had over 60 likes. We had a lot of people. So that was fantastic. For all of that for Larry, I do appreciate it. And like I said, just continue to pray for our brother so that he has a swift and speedy recovery and gets home and be able to relax, hang out, chill, and be able to come back with us. Make sure that happens. And then, of course, he always says, always be yourself. I always like quoting his quote. So, and finally, on the quote space of it, there is that wonderful man way back with Siskel and Ebert at the movies, Mr. Gene Siskel, who always said, and now the aisle is closed. He was my favorite nerd back then. I really loved watching him work. Great movie critic, great humanitarian, did a lot for people in movies and stuff. We were just moving up, so we did a lot of stuff. And I hope his family appreciates it. Okay, so God bless America. God bless Canada. God bless England. God bless the rest of the entire world. Remember, we only got one of that, so make sure you guys and girls take care of all this, kids and everybody else we know. And of course, peace for Mikey Seuss 4. So on behalf of myself, PvP, my beautiful wife, Suzanne, and our two wonderful kitty cat girls, Moonpie and Deja Vu, I want to thank all of you for being here for these 2+ hours. I know it was a last minute stream, but I wanted to celebrate July 4th so I can get it in for all of us. And I hope that all of you enjoyed it. I hope that all of you had a great time. We still have 6 people watching, so that's fantastic.
It was a fantastic stream, Mikey, because I was so bored on a Wednesday night. I worked a 9-hour shift today, my long day of the week, and I was so exhausted.
Yeah.
I probably would have just eaten something and gone to sleep, and then I saw you were on. I was like, well, I can't pass that up. So thank you.
Well, I'm glad you came.
You did a great
You're very
stream.
welcome. I'm honored and blessed to have you here, PvP. I really thank you so much. And Daniel, thank you. Thank you for something Sashi.
You blessed me with your presence, Mikey.
Oh, thank you. All right. Well, anyway, everyone, take care of yourselves. We don't have any other plans for this weekend. I think Gorilla might still do his Cinema Sunday for Gorilla's Random Thoughts, his channel. So check it out for Sunday night. See if he's still doing a mystery movie. Number 6.
I'm not
sure if he is, but he said he might. So I'm just saying, keep an eye out.
No, some of the movies he does, I'm like, okay.
Well, it's his channel. I'm not going to question what he puts there.
Girl finally got some taste last week when I picked the Wild Bunch, right? Like that's
that was a great choice. I like the Wild Bunch.
Yeah, but
that's a classic.
I bet he's gonna do something like I don't know, like some weird crap this summer. I don't know. Anyway, you want
to get Porky's?
Oh, I didn't like Porky's. I thought it was dumb. I know it's Canadian, but I hope I just didn't give
I hope to God I didn't give him an idea just now. Oh man.
Anyway, you want to watch?
He's probably fast asleep. I don't think he cares.
If you want to watch that David Bowie video backstage, I really would like. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll check it out backstage.
It's really good.
All right, so everyone, thank you again for being here. God bless you all. Take care. Have a great July 4th. Be safe out there. Don't do anything unnecessary with fireworks.
Don't light any Roman candles up your butt. Okay, just don't do that.
No. Okay. All right. Well, take care, everyone. Goodbye. Take care. Say goodbye, people.
Good night. Love you, everybody. Love you. Big kisses and hugs. Yeah.
There we go.